Hey everybody, welcome to Landmark Live. We've been gone a while, but we're back tonight with another episode of fun and games and information, and we've got a couple of special guests tonight and a new program, a little game show for you tonight. Just kind of a secret password kind of a game show tonight. But hey, let's introduce our special guest. We've got a sponsor. These two fine gentlemen are here from JBLB Insurance in downtown Platte City. I have Mark Baker.
Hello.
And Brandon Tritton.
Hi, everyone.
Now, if you're a longtime viewer of Landmark Live, on one of the very first episodes, Brandon came walking into the Landmark during a downtown event, and we put him on camera. It was pretty cool. Brandon, and you were a hit, man.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of viewers. The chicks really dug Brandon.
Right.
We had a lot of female viewers that night. Right, Brandon?
My wife wasn't happy.
The cards and letters are still coming in from that. New little game show tonight, though, guys. We've got, we're missing someone. Brad Carl normally sits here, right? And Brad is drinking an energy drink tonight. But anyway, our game, we're going to try to get Brad to say a secret password. Brad, you got to stay in the bathroom.
Well, I have to stay in the bathroom?
Yeah, stay in the bathroom, Brad.
Oh, okay.
We've got Brad hidden away, locked away in a soundproof toilet right now. So we can tell you the word we're going to try to get Brad to say this word tonight, okay? If we get Brad to say that word just in the course of normal conversation, one fine viewer is going to win a very fine prize, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Now we can't tell Brad what that word is, but Brad, you may exit the toilet at this time, my friend.
Okay.
Keep your pants on.
I already have them on.
Okay, pants are up.
Yeah.
Good.
You started the show without me.
We did start the show. We are so raw.
That's all right.
Kind of like the sewage you left in my bathroom. No. You guys,
That's some dirty stink.
these guys are going to fit right in.
Yeah, I think so. Good.
All right.
Good.
Now, Brad, have you met our guest tonight? This is Mark Baker.
Hi, Mark. Nice to meet you again.
And
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again,
See
too.
ya.
These guys are from JBLB Insurance in downtown Platte City, Brad. Right across the street from the Landmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
You did, okay.
Have they been around here for a while?
Let's let them tell the
Yeah.
story. Who wants to run with it? Brandon
Well,
Tritton,
that's
first
I
up.
was interrupted.
So you can correct him?
Correct you. Right.
I'm like a wife.
But yeah, gosh, it'll be 3 years in July.
Right.
The opportunity came up. So originally started out as Olin Miller Insurance here in Platte City. And Olin had started the agency back in 84, 85. And Mark and Olin had known each other, gosh, I don't know, several years through
A lot of
the
years,
business.
yeah.
And the opportunity about 2.5 years ago came up where Olin was looking to transition and looking at retirement. And the opportunity came up for us to merge agencies. And it's been a very good fit for us. We had some relationships with companies that Olin didn't have, and so it's been able to mesh well for both companies. And recently Olin officially retired, so that's where we're at now.
So you finally got Olin kicked out of the building. We didn't think it would ever happen. No, Olin's a good dude. We had a lot of fun with Olin. And Olin's daughter still works over there. Am I
Correct.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Mark, now how did you come to know Brandon, and how did he hook on with a fine agency like yours, and do you regret it?
That's way made two questions here.
That was a lot of questions. I like to shoot them out all at once and then take a rest.
So yes, no,
Yeah.
sometimes. Okay.
That's right. Okay.
No, Brandon gave me a call just out of the blue. We have an office. We have 4 other locations besides Platte City, and Brandon gave me a call here 5 years ago or so, and asked me if I was ever interested in opening an insurance agency in St. Joe, because that's where he lived. And we used to have one when my parents started the agency, and we'd sold it years ago, and still had some relationships over there. So I said, well, and Brandon comes highly recommended because his wife's family is customers of mine in Cameron. And I wouldn't have hired him if it hadn't been for his wife, because she's a really good gal.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
And so
Goodness.
she brought him up because he is from Union Star.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
That's a metropolitan area up there in Union
Don't
Star.
hold that against
And
you.
I know a few people from Union Star too. So anyway, he just said that, and we talked and come to an agreement about what we needed, where we were going, and so on. And so we started him in Cameron a little bit, and then he went to my Plattsburgh office for a while until the Olin Miller thing came up, and then we gave him a chance for it to kind of be his home base to run this agency. There's a lot of potential down here. Like Brandon said, Owen had a book of business, but he didn't have some of the companies, which is the people that take the risk on this. They just didn't have the horsepower that we've had for being in business for almost 51 years. So when that happened, it was natural for him to come over here and to merge his ideas and our back office and our company base into the production through Owen Miller, and it just worked out well. And we saw the new sign; that's our new brand. And
Does one of the B's stand for Brandon?
no, I'm sorry, it doesn't.
He's been pushing for that though, hasn't he?
Yeah,
He's got a little bit of an ego.
He could almost be an honorary basis
Yeah, he
or
thinks he
someday.
is, doesn't
Yeah.
I'm the adopted child.
Well,
Yeah.
someday. You could be JBLB Junior.
There you go.
You bet you'd never be an SOB.
I don't
Saw
know.
the boss. That's what
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
See?
We've talked about that on the
Yes,
show.
we have talked about
Tony
that.
Farr, a local realtor.
Yes,
he's
son
an
of the boss.
SOB.
Yes,
we
he
like
is
to call him
SOB.
an SOB.
Yes.
He got that from me.
Okay. Did he? All right.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Brandon, what were you doing at that time then?
Whenever I transitioned.
Yeah.
So I was in insurance at the
You were in
time.
insurance
and
before,
I was,
okay.
I was working with a captive agency, one of the ones
Okay.
that you see on TV a lot, and they just didn't do as much commercial business, and there was a little more restriction on how they ran the company, a little more corporate environment. And so I was wanting to branch out into the independent side of the business, and it's been wonderful ever since.
Explain the independent side. People know.
So the independent side of it, we work with several insurance companies instead of working for just one company, and we're more of an employee. We represent a number of them, and so if things don't fit or things change with the company, or of course premiums change, we're able to shop and provide options for people. And with that options, not only can we do your auto and home or maybe your standard business, but we can kind of be outside of that box. So if you're manufacturing fireworks, we might have an option for you. So.
yeah. Awesome.
That's what I was going to say. Is just thinking about all the things that do have insurance, can have insurance, and I was actually, a question I wanted to ask was: is there something you guys think should have insurance, should be available, but like no, there is no such thing as it? Have you ever thought about that before?
There's very little that's not insurable.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Insurance is nothing but transfer of risk. You give me a little premium, and I guarantee a financial savings, right?
Right.
Okay, so insurance is a law of large numbers. There's a pool of a lot of people putting money in. They pay Brandon's claim today, and they pay mine tomorrow, or whatever, out of that pool of money. And it's highly regulated, as other industries like banks and so on. But a non-independent agent it's like a horse with blinders. He just can only do so much. So my father started with the same company he's talking about in 1958, and he got to where he couldn't do certain things. And somebody come up and say, hey, "Can you insure my Corvette or my children or this business, the fireworks business
Right.
or whatever?" And that's not in their wheelhouse, so it just didn't happen. So by being an independent agent, we actually act more like a broker. We're the insurance buyer for our customers. So we shop it to where we get a square peg in a square hole, instead of trying to force a round peg in a square hole. Because first of all, it's not going to fit, the price isn't going to be good, and when you have a claim, you got a problem. So we try to get those square pegs, square holes, so everybody's on a level playing field, know what they're at, what kind of risk they have, where their coverage is. We're real high on. I tell everybody I'm not a real good salesman. I'm a pretty good educator. So it's up to us to tell that to our customer about how it works, what doesn't work, what part of the risk they want to take, and then what's that worth in premium.
Makes sense. There's a lot of listening involved on both sides then. You have to listen to be able to understand what the customer's needs are, and then when you guys figure it out and you got something for them, me as the client, I need to listen to what you're saying so that I don't tell you later, I didn't know that. What do you mean? And you're like, I went through it all.
We ask a lot of questions.
Sure.
Since a insurance policy is a legal binding bilateral contract, it means the insurance company has responsibilities and so does the insured. We have to ask a lot of questions, and we ask more questions than most because we want to get down to who an insured is, what risk we're insuring, what's the exposures. Okay, so we cover those, and maybe you elect not to cover an exposure or self-insure that through a deductible or something. But then it's a decision you make, and if it's an informed decision, it's a good decision.
Right.
So we ask a lot of questions to try to really drill down to the core of what you have, how you want it protected. And sometimes it seems like we ask a lot of questions. When Brandon started, I said, just like treat it like a 7-year-old, ask why 6 times.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, what type of insurance is your favorite to sell over there, Brandon?
Boy, we do a lot of commercial, and so I mean,
Commercial buildings and things?
yeah, from property to liability,
Okay.
work comp, autos. But the commercial side is probably the most fascinating because it is just it's a puzzle. Every business, every entity is different. You know, you might have a retail store, a restaurant, you know, a manufacturer the next day. So something along the commercial side of it, not necessarily one in particular business, but the commercial side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Commercial policies are like a blank piece of paper when you start. A homeowner's, a personal auto, they're pretty much cookie cutter. You get options A, B, C, and D, or whatever. But a commercial policy, we basically start off with a clean slate of paper, go back to, like I said earlier, discover what the exposures are, what you do, and then we tailor the coverages to your business. Because a convenience store policy isn't what you put on a manufacturing.
Right.
A manufacturing is not what you put on a nursing home. Okay, so it all needs to be drilled down to come out to cover what those exposures are. And one company may have an appetite for one type of risk and not for another, so that's why we have the multiple companies. We're very fortunate to have been the first and second agencies to represent companies in the state of Missouri. We've had a long-standing relationship with our state association, been able to be on a lot of the association committees and things, so we pretty well know people all over the state. We use those references and, you know, try to use their information. If I don't know it, I know somebody that does know it,
Mm-hmm.
and we will talk to those people. And I respect a lot of those of my peers that have a lot of knowledge, and I get a lot of calls back to me too about how do I do this. And
Yeah. How many years have you been doing this?
41
41.
full time.
Now, when you get into those cookie cutter type policies that you talked about, what makes one agency better than the other one? I mean, how is one agency able to give a customer a better price than a different agency?
Well, even though they're cookie cutter,
Mm-hmm.
there's a policy called business owner policy, and it's made for the Main Street business. And there was supposed to be, Allstate came out with the very first one of them back in the 80s. But it was defined to be your businesses that are all pretty similar, like an office. An office, the exposure for insurance is about the same, whether it's an accountant's office or a legal office or an insurance office or whatever. So, first of all, we look at the strength of the company. Does the company have the ability to pay the claim when you need it? Because you don't never need it today that you buy it, right? Sometime in the future. We also look at the service that we're going to be able to provide. Are we going to ask enough questions to know it? Is the insured also the building owner? Does he lease the building? Is there a trust involved? Those type of things. And then when a claim happens, who's going to respond to that? We just tell you call the call center and turn the claim in and deal with that? No, we help them get estimates. We help mitigate claims. We've helped clean up stuff. We've helped do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the personal service on the side of the policy we sell, we're not just a sales agency, we're a service agency.
Gotcha. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Landmark Live, a production of the Platte County Landmark newspaper. New game going on tonight. We're trying to get Brad Carl here to say this word.
Oh,
he does not know what this word is. And during the course of casual conversation, if he says this word, one of you is going to win a valuable prize, probably concert tickets or a subscription or maybe $1 million life insurance from JBLB. We don't really know yet. But is that on the table?
Sure.
That's a
Discount price.
So, what is the most fun thing that you got? Customers come to you guys and say, "I want to insure my cow" or something weird like that. What do you got?
It's got to be a good story. There's got to be.
Boy,
No good stories?
What's the weirdest stuff we've insured?
Yeah, let's get weird.
We insured some cats that were being shipped from China years ago.
Really? Now that's weird.
It's pretty weird.
It's I want to insure my cat.
That they eat them over there.
Yeah,
That's not right.
They were
Trying
kind of
to
high dollar.
trying to save lives.
I had one lady that insured her dog.
Really?
We got
See?
a couple companies that will
That's what I'm looking
that
for.
will insure do pet accident insurance,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
and they tie it with car insurance too.
We've got some companies that will do, you know, if you want to insure body parts,
Really?
like celebrities. I know,
Like
Burns and Wilcox will do that.
My singing voice or my talking voice?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah,
Probably.
that's great.
I
I
hope
haven't
it's
paid for
cheap.
that.
I hope it's cheap. You have any other body parts you'd like to insure, Brad?
I was actually kind of hoping there was some kind of way that we could work it so that I could get paid if the weatherman is wrong. Like, there's got to be some kind of insurance that we can develop
sell
to where
weather
We could do
insurance.
that as well.
Yeah, right. Well, I
Seriously.
figured you probably did.
So
But what
you
if
guys-
they're wrong? See, because they're wrong all the time. I could really.
Well, we
make
don't
it
go
work.
by that.
I know.
We go by what happens.
Oh, right, I know.
You know, if a festival's going and then they want some
Right.
monetary reimbursement if that festival gets rained out
Right.
or weathered out, yes. But it's really complicated because you want to check when it starts, how
Right.
much rain is involved,
I'll bet.
how much deductible. There's a million different choices.
See, that reminds me of the old radio contest where we would give away $1 million if you picked the right number, and we had an insurance policy to cover that $1 million in case we gave it away. We had no intentions of really wanting to give it away. We just wanted to promote giving it away.
do that like for golf, hole-in-ones, and
Sure.
things like that.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, if someone came to you and say, I just want to insure a particular part of my body, like, say from the belt up. What do you call that, bro? I just want to, from the
Abdomen?
belt up. Huh?
My abdomen?
No, that's not the word I'm looking for.
My
but-
intestine?
Well, it kind of goes along
you
with
guys-
mortality.
yeah, you guys-
Yeah. Accident insurance.
Yeah.
My
You know,
nipple?
people get shot here all the time.
You only have one.
What's that?
Well, I have three, so I'll spare
You
one.
got a third.
Brad, what kind of workout were you doing? What were you forming? What were you really working?
What are you working there? What are you working?
Oh, my pecs.
Well,
My
yeah.
pecs? No, my pectoral muscles.
Better.
My deltoids, my androids.
Brad is a. He's
That's
a mess.
terrible.
Brad is a mess tonight, but
I
that's
thought he
okay.
had an iPhone, but apparently he's got an Android.
No, he's Android.
My abdomen. Wait, I already said that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
My abs.
But-
No.
Um,
My
now,
heart.
Brandon. Now, tell us about your Facebook Live experience. You've done some pretty cool Facebook Live stuff. I've seen it. One time you were sitting, I think it was Christmas time. You were like,
with his pipe and his
Yeah,
smoking
the smoking jacket on.
Yeah, that was classic.
yeah, you should have worn the smoking jacket tonight,
Should
man.
have.
But tell us about your Facebook Live experience. And basically, are you auditioning to be on Landmark Live every time you do one? Of
Every
those?
time.
That's what I thought.
It's been a dream.
It's been
This
it's
is-
what
we're making
tonight.
this happen
Dreams
tonight.
coming true, baby.
No, insurance is boring.
Yeah.
The reality is it's boring for most people, but what it protects isn't. So, it's just being able. The nice thing is Mark's just kind of giving me the keys to say, you know what, you can do whatever you want to market yourself in the agency, and
That's good.
don't
That's
run us through
great.
the mud. So,
Yeah.
if we can create a way to educate and entertain.
But that was part of 30 days of insurance?
Well, now there's been multiple. We've done 34 days of homeowners insurance, and we've also just created other fun nuances. Valentine's Day has just become something the past 3 years, but we've made some videos and
Mm-hmm.
tried to have fun and just educate.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like it.
That is great. I think it's fantastic.
Fun
I think
stuff.
more companies should do that because I'm sure you're seeing some success from it and just good feedback
We
and
have.
good promotion and yeah, it's great.
It's really good. Now, is QT? Hey, Brad, I got a question for you. You haven't read the paper yet this week, I hope.
No, I have not, but I did get it today, by the way.
I got a question for you. What bathroom in Missouri, when you're on the road traveling, what do you think is the cleanest restroom you'll find out on the roadway?
Well, I mean, I like going where there are quick trips.
Okay. See, that would have been my guess too, but that is incorrect. Brandon, do you know the answer?
Cleanest bathrooms in Missouri.
Yep. When you're out on the road, which gas station has the cleanest restroom?
I try to avoid them.
I know it ain't 7-Eleven, I can tell you that.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We've hit.
Does it
some
have to be a convenience store or truck stop type place?
Well, no.
Well, I think McDonald's either. No way.
No.
No.
It's something that you might not. I didn't think of it. Actually.
This is in the paper, huh?
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
it's in my column today. The answer, since everybody is intrigued now, we just better tell them.
You probably should tell
Yeah.
me. the
It's a Hy-Vee gas station. Hy-Vee.
I didn't even know they had. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they
They do now.
Yeah.
They do have pretty clean ones. The one over at Barrier Road. Now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, even the restrooms in a Hy-Vee grocery store, are always clean, right, Brad? You've seen those.
They're clean now. I don't think they used to be.
They're not when you get done. Say that, but. But anyway, let's get back to insurance.
My colon. Colon?
Well, no.
No, that's what you're talking
no,
about.
No, we're not talking about your colon.
What am I working out? I'm trying to figure out what Brandon's clue was.
Yeah, we
It's
gave
kinda
you
regional.
It's a tough word. I'm not going to say it's not.
Trapezoid.
Mark, your favorite thing to insure?
Well, I'm there with Brandon. I like doing commercial because I like getting in and
Is that where the big money is, though?
bigger premiums.
Bigger
yes.
premiums. Is that the profit line is best in? Let's get deep into the woods. Here, are we? When we talk profit margin, is it best on commercials, commercial accounts, or what?
None of it's good. So
That's what they all say.
We're making him uncomfortable. Hey,
No, no, no.
Profit margin's not good in the newspaper
there's
business
homes,
either.
There's homes that pay more premium
Is that
than
right?
commercial policies at times. So it does. It
Yeah.
varies
it just.
across the board.
I was told a long time ago, and I do believe this: a sale is a thrill of the sale, whether it's $100 policy or a $100,000 policy.
Mhm.
If you're a winner, you like to win, and
Mhm.
part of that sale is the win.
Gotcha.
So no matter what it is, it's a high five when that person decides to put their trust in you, and that's important to us. We've got a lot of customers that have been with us. A lot of drivers. I've had one the other day that's 69 years old and been with us since he's 16.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think it's, I don't know, in this business it's hard because, I mean, if you're just strictly looking at the money, then you're really not helping people. I mean, people are just trusting. You know, you're buying a piece of paper and a promise, and if you're not truly there advocating for them, then, you know.
We've always found that if we sell on price, we'll lose that on price. But if that person puts their trust, like Brandon said, can I tell them my ketchup deal?
Absolutely.
What kind of ketchup do you have in your refrigerator?
Probably Heinz.
Red.
Well, it's only failed me twice because I'll ask that question. I said it's not usually Best Buy or a store brand
Right.
name. It's usually Heinz or Hunt's, right?
Right.
So people buy quality. They buy name brand shirts. They buy quality. Why should they buy their professional or their financial protection the same way? If you didn't want Brandon's help on something, you go online and you just buy it without anybody, and then you hope that it's taken care of. And when you have a claim, we have a company called Progressive that will sell online as well as through an agency. And the people that go online want to say, "Man, I got this claim that come to my office." Well, it's technically another company. I can't help them, and I feel bad for that. But that's how they elected to buy their service. That makes sense? So we try to tell everybody, we're part of your protection. Really, we consider ourselves we're part attorney, even though we're not an attorney, because that's my disclaimer. But we're dealing with a legal entity, right? We're part accountant. We use this for referrals. I tell everybody, we get paid commission for service and information, and the insurance company gets a premium to pay the claim. And we're asked to sit on a lot of boards, even though we're not on the board, for the protection of how do I cover this? If I buy this, or if we expand to this, how I cover it.
Now, let's say lightning hits my air conditioner unit, Mark. Is that covered?
Probably.
Okay. Now we got a hailstorm, and I end up with some granules in my gutters. Am I going to get a new roof out of this, or does it have to be really significant damage?
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
Well, some things are consumable.
Right.
Roofs are consumables. They're there to protect the wood that's underneath of it, right? And if you ever notice, very few roofs last forever. Either they age out or they're damaged by a peril, wind or hail or something. So they're there to protect the roof. A newer roof does a better job of protection because it's not as brittle, it's more pliable, it's stronger, it hasn't weathered as bad. So if you see a few granules and it's a new roof, probably your shingles aren't damaged. Okay? If you go up there and there's holes in it, then yeah, you're going to get at least something paid on your roof, depending on how much damage and how much placement. But that's the big thing. Shingles are made to wear out, and they're not always replaced by insurance because sometimes it hasn't hailed on them, the wind didn't break them, they just got old.
Yeah, you said not all roofs last forever, but I'll tell you, the people that owned the house before we did sure tried to make that roof last forever. Believe me. And
Did you
guess
see
who-
through it?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't notice until after we bought the house.
And
but-
automatic skylights, didn't it?
That's right, exactly. Hey, I want to hit something else real quick. Just wanted to that you were just talking about, Mark, about helping the customer. And I think, I'm kind of businessy, salesy, nerdy as well. And I think every place says that, like every sales, it's kind of everybody's motto, right?
Sure.
No matter what you're selling, whether you're selling a widget, or whatever it is, whether you're selling a commodity, I always want to worry, just worried about the customer. But 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, probably not really true, because you've got a sales manager saying, get the sale, get the sale, get the sale. We don't really care about tomorrow. We just care about today. And of course, you pay for that in the long run, like you were just talking about. If you sacrifice this and this today just to get a sale on the board, you end up losing that customer, and you also kind of end up slandering your name, whether it be your company's name or your name as a salesperson. And so, I think obviously in this industry, you have to say it and mean it, and I'm sure not everybody does.
I'll address that real quick, because
Sure.
I'll let Brandon answer this. This is not prompted, but what's the first thing I told you when you got to a customer?
When I got to it,
When you get to customer, what? If you don't like it,
Oh,
what?
no.
No, if you don't like it, what do you do?
Oh.
well, yeah. If I don't feel comfortable about the customer or walk away.
If it doesn't smell
Yeah.
right, look
Yeah.
right, act right,
Yeah.
walk away.
Yeah.
Because what you just said, the reputation takes a long time to build a good one, and not very long to destroy one.
Yep.
And if we don't fit that square peg in that square hole,
Yeah.
and we don't walk the walk like you said, then we're due detriment to ourselves.
Absolutely.
It's culture, company culture, and it starts from the top.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic. And again, a lot of companies out there that do not care who you are, what you are. We're going to sell you something, and we're going to make a buck off of you. And that's just not a company that you want to work for nor do business with.
That's
I
one
would
of the,
think.
that's one of the reasons that we're really not commission driven. And I know you asked me about that a while ago.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We started this in 1968. That we didn't want somebody to have to go out and sell a policy, because if I don't make this much income, I can't make my car payment, my
Right,
house payment.
right.
I can't put food on my table. So we set it up that salesman's going to take the sale, whether it's a $100 policy or a $100,000 policy, because it's the win, right? So if I have somebody motivated and they're educated and they have good work ethic, they make a salesman for me.
Yeah.
Okay, not somebody just going out to make a buck, because that doesn't do me any good, and we couldn't have been in business 51 years if we'd had that kind of reputation.
It's very true.
Hey everybody, if you're just tuning in, this is Landmark Live. It's a production of the Platte County Landmark newspaper, and we are thrilled you're here. Brandon Tritton has been working at JBLB Insurance over here across the street for about 3 years. Brandon, what do you like best about Platte City?
Platte City, there's a synergy in Platte City. Yeah, it's got a small town feel, which is how I grew up. So people are very close knit, but you got the hustle and bustle of Kansas City right next door.
I like that too.
Man, it's just there's a lot of good going on in Platte City. A lot of really good people.
Feels positive. You feel growth. You know, it's someplace that we thought would be advantageous for us to be into because of those things. And proof's been here. Brandon's done a good job. He's got great office back support with a lot of experienced people. Got a lot of tools to use with the company. So.
Okay, is there anybody who hasn't treated you well, Brandon? Anybody we need to call out tonight?
Besides the newspaper.
Well, yeah. Besides, I mean, let's get serious. I mean, anybody treat you like crap, Brandon? We need to call them out tonight. Now, the Chamber of Commerce treating you well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All of them.
Yeah, we know them.
What
so,
about the mayor?
yeah.
We got some pull with the mayor. If he's missing you,
Mr. Offit has been wonderful.
is he good to you?
He's a
Okay.
good guy.
Well, you're good then. Brad, has the mayor been good to you?
You know he has. He and I are like this.
He said, you guys are tight. He calls you for advice.
He does,
Yeah.
which is great. Actually, he tries to text me, but
Is that
he
way,
has
which
free
way the
time.
toilet paper's supposed to roll?
Oh, shoot. Good times in downtown Platte City. We've got some fun stuff coming up. This fall, we've got another. What do they call that? Taste of the City or Sample the City? Sample the City. Yeah, you came out with that last year, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good time. So, yes.
Is it from waist?
Yes, it's right. This to there. You know that.
My
What do they,
midriff?
what do they call that?
Right.
Yeah, this,
My
yeah.
It may be too big a word for
Well,
him.
I think he doesn't read the dictionary much.
I used to. Back before there was Google, we
I
had
think he reads a bunch of
dictionaries and
videos.
encyclopedias, and I did read
You
that.
probably have to read it in school for, Write it
No, I had to
down.
look
Right,
up,
right.
I had to look up the names my mom was calling me all the time.
Yes.
Figure out what they meant. I'm not kidding.
I don't think we're going to win this game tonight, guys. But
Yeah, we will.
if Brad says this word, somebody's going to win some concert tickets tonight.
Look how far you drive.
Pilot?
Yeah.
Honda Pilot?
That's not good. But anyway, so Mark, when you first started at 41 years ago, did you think, hey, 41 years from now, I'm still going to be in the insurance biz?
Probably.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. See, my parents, is what the JBLB stands for. My parents.
Tell us what the
Initials.
JBLB stands
Well,
for.
it's Jerry Baker and Lois Baker.
Okay.
Okay. And like I said earlier, I am an SOB. I'm son of the boss.
Gotcha.
My dad is actually a college graduate for mechanical engineering. Figured that out, and he's selling insurance. But I was born in Detroit, Michigan, because he was working for Chevrolet Engineering at the time, and he didn't like being in a room with 140 other people and behind this desk drawing car parts. So he became an agent, and then a company person, and then started our own agency in 1968. So I went to college thinking I'm real mechanical. I like tinkering on my cars and stuff. I'm gonna be an engineer too. Had an opportunity. I worked for insurance companies through college, through high school and college, and insurance has been in my blood, since I was born. And an opportunity arose that I could come to the agency because we had a person that was going to leave, and Dad told me I could have an opportunity. Took it, and I like the challenge of changing every day because there's no single sale that's the same. It's not cookie cutter, like we talked about. So, yeah, my intention is I've got 2 daughters that work for me now. That's my perpetuation plan, so I'm going to work till I die.
You guys sell health insurance too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that's fun.
So,
Sternum.
What?
You're
Sternum.
close. You're getting
Oh,
close.
man, you're in the right area, kind of, sort of.
So upper body is too common. That wouldn't be. No, upper
It's
body.
very-
Sternum.
It's general.
Sternum.
General. Think of a general term.
Yeah.
Are you really thinking upper?
Yeah. Do you know upper?
May not. Upper may be a little.
You said midriff a while ago. He's
Yeah,
close.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. Now, when you get to workers' comp, let's talk about that because basically everybody's worker comp rates are the same, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Coverages are all the same.
Coverages are the same, but the rates will vary based on what?
Well, based on classification, what they do, type of job they have. And there was a Senate bill called Senate Bill 251 that was enacted, 20 years ago or so?
Is that 90?
When MIM started in 95, so somewhere around 93, 94. Until then, every company had the same rate. So it didn't matter who you bought it from. The coverage is a statute, so it's all exactly the same. So all you had was the service of the company to pay the claim and how the agent was going to help you in it. Well, Senate Bill 251 took care of that and it said, we're going to have competitive rating because now we're going to go down in price. Well, they had held down the rate increases that had been suggested for so long. As soon as the bill passed, the rates went up automatically 15%, so it backfired on them. And there are some companies out there that do exclusive workers' comp. There's some that do it better than others. And but as far as coverage, it's all the same. It's just the service you're going to get, how quick they're going to take care of you, how prompt they're going to pay. We see times when insureds have to sue their insurance company to get coverage, and that's terrible.
Yeah. But the rates aren't the same for. Okay, now that's
A newspaper, let's just say a restaurant employee, okay, might be $2.30 with one company, might be $2.80 with another company.
No kidding.
And those rates are per like $100.
That's new information to me. I'm learning something tonight. I don't think I was given accurate information the last time.
Boy, do we want to talk about?
No,
who
we
that
don't.
was?
We talk about who you don't like now.
No. I probably misinterpreted the argument. So that's interesting. I'm learning something about workers' comp because I'm trying to give Brad workers' comp, but he just needs to start working. Really.
Stop hurting myself.
So.
Stop hurting my spleen.
Well,
Is it
yeah.
spleen?
No.
No?
Your spleen is
It's
fine, Brad.
Hey,
I'm
let
sure.
me a quick clue.
Yes.
It's not a body, an organ. It's not an organ, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
It's a vicinity. It's an
Okay.
area.
Okay.
It's that.
All right.
General term.
It's kind of a general term, yeah.
So midriff is not mid. No.
We should have started with an easier word tonight.
By the way, just remember the game is actually you're supposed to just try to get me to say it. You're not supposed to make me guess it. I thought this was supposed to be hard
well,
on you,
it's
not on
been
me.
too difficult. We're trying to
Picked
make
a bad
it easy.
word.
Yeah,
I mean,
I probably did start
rough
too.
Well, it's not a bad word.
Well, no. Well, to me right now it feels like it is. 'Cause I can't say it.
You're feeling the pressure here.
I
Aren't
am
you? You're
feeling
kind of
the pressure.
sweating a little bit.
Hang on, I'll get it. Don't worry.
So,
about that.
what community type things do you like to get involved in, Brandon? I know you're in the chamber, doing
Right.
some stuff.
Right.
Anything else you got going on?
I am involved in the Planning Commission in St. Joe and on the TIF Commission over there.
Oh, TIF, that's fun, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that'll make you friends.
Win. I've been on some nonprofit boards in the past. Here in Platte City, I haven't jumped in and joined anything just yet,
Yeah.
but we've helped out Day of Hope by donating some different hygiene items in the past. So it's been good to help out and kind of see that because it seems like it's been taking off more and more every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Day of Hope. Yeah, I saw Catherine running around out there at the Day of Hope thing. Yeah, we were out there. Good times. Okay, well, I'm sure if you wanted to step forward, the chamber would say, "Yeah, Brandon, do something," right?
Angie, just let me know.
We've been trying to get Angie out of there for a while, so.
You should. Cold but true.
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, Brad, what insurance company do you use the most? Like, if I said, Brad, what's your car insurance? Which agency?
Actually, we now use. God, my mind just went blank. It's my wife's late stepfather was in the military, and so.
USAA.
Yeah, thank you. My mind was totally blank. Totally, yes.
Okay,
So we've been using
we got
USAA for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's.
Your local agents where?
Where do I live?
No, your local insurance agents
but-
where? You don't have one.
I don't have one. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's true. It's true.
You
We did have. Well, here's what. When we moved here to Kansas City over 20 years ago, we lived in Johnson County. So our insurance agent was in Johnson County. We moved up north and never changed it.
To come up to God's country.
Yeah, exactly. And our insurance agent retired, so somebody else, came in and took it over. And long
And
story
his name's
short,
what?
I don't.
My point.
See, yeah, you
No, I
probably
agree.
want to talk to Brandon.
Actually,
after
we
the
do.
show.
What? Now, hang on. What?
Trying to help you out, Brandon.
Appendix.
What?
Oh wait, that's not a
No,
word.
no,
Never
no.
mind.
Man, he's trying too hard.
Spleen.
So let's talk sports. Brandon's a big fan of the Royal. No, not the Royals. Brandon,
Oh.
admit, come clean. Who's your
Oh,
favorite?
no.
What's your favorite baseball team?
Favorite baseball team?
Old league team.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, I knew he was going to
sick.
say that.
I can't
That's
help
bad.
it.
Now you thought that was bad, folks. Let's
Yeah.
wait till you hear. Brandon, what's your favorite NFL team?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say.
Think about what could be the
Oakland
worst.
Raiders.
Oh, that
And
is bad
and
here.
I will guarantee you right now we've got some Oakland Raider fans watching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Well,
David Carr. Or no, not David Carr. But
David Carr's mom and
Derek,
dad.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's mom and dad.
Right. John Gruden.
Gruden, yeah.
How did you become the Cardinal thing? I get the Raider thing. How did this happen?
I'm from Northwest Missouri, and that's where my family's from. My dad grew up in the 70s when they were,
When the
Yeah,
Chiefs were
mine-
still beating them.
Right. Yeah.
and he passed along to my brother and I. So,
Yeah, that actually happens to a lot. I mean, honestly, I grew up in Iowa and grew up liking those teams of the 70s. The Cowboys, the Vikings. I did not like the Steelers because I liked the Cowboys. You either liked one or the other if you liked any of them. You didn't like them
Iowa
both.
had no professional team
Right.
other than the Hawkeyes.
I like-
Are you good with the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, I'm good with the Hawkeyes. Yeah.
Did you grow up in Iowa, Mark?
No, but Missouri
Yeah,
is all
close
flatland.
Close enough.
When you go to Chiefs Stadium, it's hard with all the Iowa and Nebraska people there because
Yeah.
they do come down in droves. So
Yeah,
They do.
Thanks for looking up, though, right? For the Raiders.
For the Raiders.
For the Raiders. If they're looking up for the Raiders, what are they looking right now for the Chiefs?
well, they couldn't go any other way.
Yeah, there's only one direction.
Pretty sure John
Yeah.
Gruden was driving it down so they could get the old draft pick.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, you kind of have a famous brother, do you not?
I do.
Now, let's talk about Brandon's brother.
I do. What would you like to know?
Well, he's in the TV biz, right?
Used to be.
Used to be. What's he doing
Used
now?
to be. He's so he works for the radio station up in Maryville.
Oh, does he?
He calls football and basketball games for Bearcats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's his real job? Is that his, surely that's not
When
his
you're a
real
national
job.
champion, that's a
Well,
pretty good job.
well,
That's
that's
true.
Must be a good
He
paying
does, he
gig.
does a little advertising during the day,
Okay.
but his core is radio.
Really? Awesome. Okay, now he used to be with Channel 2 in St. Joe, right?
Correct.
Okay, and what's your brother's first name?
Matt.
Matt. Okay, Matt. And my daughter and son-in-law know your brother, so we kind of got a connection there. So I thought I would bring that up tonight. I don't remember
Thank
exactly.
God you did.
Yeah, because they are both Northwest Missouri Bearcats, so that's
Right.
probably a connection there. But,
Yep.
Sure.
So
Well, and your son-in-law, I believe, is from King City.
he is from King City.
9 miles from Union Star. So
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's how
We
they
had the
know each other.
rivalry.
Yeah, maybe that's how they know each other. Okay. So Mark, you grew up. You said where?
Cameron.
Cameron. Okay, where the prison is. One of them.
Yeah, but we're no.
You, you don't like to talk about that? We tried to build.
We said we're trying
they
not to talk
tried
about
build,
prisons anymore on the
you know,
show.
Brad and I.
Jails.
Touchy subject.
They
Yeah.
did try to build a prison in downtown Platte City. I mean, we've got a jail now. They tried to make it a prison. I don't know, Mark, if you're familiar with that, but and thank goodness Brandon was here to help us fight that. Right
There you go.
And,
Get all
Platte
that
City's
news
prison
from the
blues.
landmark.
Platte City Prison Blues. So, what has been the most exciting thing to happen in Platte City in your 3 years there, Brandon? You have a memory?
Expanding your business.
Expanding the business.
Yeah.
What about that time that they put that art on Scott Campbell's window? That's
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Christmas time?
Yeah.
Is that's right?
Did you hear about the
Yeah.
Christmas time?
There was
art?
some misspellings and
I did not hear about
Oh,
that.
well,
it was
that's
pretty funny.
We'll send them down to paint your window at Christmas,
Please.
and see if it goes better for you than it did for Scott Campbell.
You know who was in charge of that, right? Angie.
Let's have Angie on to talk about that sometime. Well, guys, what are we missing? Anything we need to talk about? JBLB, thank you for sponsoring tonight's show. What have we missed?
Thank you,
Anything
guys.
you want to bring up?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Congratulations to you. It sounds like 155 years in business.
Yeah.
Doesn't look a day over 125.
I haven't been here for all of them, but a lot of them.
What do you attribute
thank
it to?
you. To the longevity?
Yeah.
You know what? Just being connected to the community, I think, and giving the folks keeping the heart, your finger on the what's the saying? Your finger on the heartbeat of the community, something along those lines. Finger on the pulse of the community. I just think the Landmark's done a good job of that. Through
That's
the
better
years.
than hitting a torso.
Oh,
Ah, torso!
no.
No?
Did
I was going to say
not.
flank.
Flank.
Torso? No, it's
Yeah.
not torso?
Yeah, it is torso.
Or it is torso?
But he's
Oh, I might have gotten it after I said flank.
Yeah, all right.
flank.
Torso.
If people out there want to get in touch with JBLB, how do they find you guys?
JBLBinsurance.com, and we're also on Facebook.
Got a phone number they can buzz you?
816-858-3000.
We take smoke signals, anything.
Smoke signals.
Tweet.
Tweets. Carrier pigeon, you'll take it all, right?
Yeah.
All right, hey guys. Thanks for tuning in. We have knocked out about 40 or 45
Wow.
minutes of JBLB insurance, and everybody stayed awake. It was exciting and fun. You guys made it fun.
Insurance was boring.
No, it is not
No,
boring.
it's
Not with JBLB. If you want fun, exciting insurance at a reasonable rate, these are your guys. I'm telling you right now. We'll see you next week. Brad is gone next week, but we will be down at what the KCI Marriott is calling a party on the patio. Come down there, Brandon. It's going to be a good time. You going?
I'm absolutely.
All right. We'll try to slide Brandon into next week's show.
That
too.
would be nice.
And you won't be there,
See,
unfortunately.
at this point, I'm 99.9% sure I won't be.
Okay, well, it
Like
might
a
give
radio
Brandon
station.
more airtime.
There you go.
And look for Chris Kamler returning next week to fill in for Brad while Brad's gone, and we'll bring Brandon on. If Mark's there, we'll bring him on too. A little fun party on the patio next Thursday night. Until then, thanks everybody.
Thank you.